Alright everyone, top 10 Giganotosaurus hybrids that could appear in Chaos Theory. I've done a theory on how Giganotosaurus might appear in Season 3. What if it gets a hybrid? Let's figure out what they'll be. Starting with number 1, the Indominus Rex. So you're probably like, was Giga really part of the Indominus Rex? Yes, it was. How do you think it had that build that it had, right? It wasn't just all T-Rex, it was also partially Giga. If you go look up online what is part of the Indominus Rex, you'll figure out not only Giga is part of it, but Therizinosaurus, T-Rex, which you should all know, Velociraptor, Deinosuchus, probably an unknown one, but that's a prehistoric crocodile, and a lot of abelisaurs such as Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, etc. There's so many that go on this hybrid, and I would say Giganotosaurus is a big part of it because in Jurassic World Evolution, when you make the Indominus Rex, the most specified things you need for it is T-Rex, Velociraptor, Carnotaurus, and Giganotosaurus. But number 2, let's move on, is the Giganocephalus, I believe, or the Giganocephalus. What is this? I've never heard of this. I have. But have you heard of this? Let me know in the comments. It is an Ankylosaur Giga hybrid, right? It first appeared in Jurassic World, the game. Besides the Indominus Rex, it was the first ever Giganotosaurus hybrid, at least exclusively Giganotosaurus, where it was just Giganotosaurus and one other creature. So what else was it made of? It was made of Europlocephalus, which is the Ankylosaur, probably the second most well-known Ankylosaur. And yes, it was fused with Giga, but not just any Giga. Unfortunately, this was the Jurassic World, the game Giga, and that one is not very much appreciated amongst fans. In fact, the Dominion one is more appreciated than that one, and the Dominion one is not great, so it really says quite a bit about the Jurassic World game one. But they still have good molds in that game, don't you worry. But yes, Giganocephalus, very interesting creature. But next up, we have the Indoraptor at number 3. Now, Indoraptor, come on, you're just taking it too far. Well, no, because it's a hybrid of Indominus Rex. And as I stated, the Indoraptor is a hybrid of Indominus Rex. Just then I did say that. No, obviously I said that. But Indominus Rex is a hybrid of Giganotosaurus. So therefore, Indoraptor has tiny hints of Giganotosaurus DNA within it. We're not going to go over all the hybrids of Indominus Rex that are making up Indoraptors or everything else, but we'll go over a few of them because they're really important for Giga. They're important for the bloodline and how Giga's legacy evolves through Indominus Rex hybrids. But Indoraptor is the main one, and you can kind of see through the build, it's got a T-Rex type of head. I would say Giga is definitely prominent in there. You think about all the villains of Jurassic World had somewhat Giga DNA in them. Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, and then Giga for Dominion. But moving on to our 4th creature is the Gigakyllocephalus. Now, what is this? This is a mouthful of a name. Now, you probably remember, because we did just talk about super hybrid Indoraptor, this list will have super hybrids. So super hybrids are hybrids that's fused with another creature, and so therefore the hybrid is making another hybrid, making it a super hybrid. So what's this super hybrid made of? Well, the Kylo in it, that's different, right? So we know it's made of Giganotosaurus and Europlocephalus, which makes Giganocephalus, which makes this hybrid the Gigakyllocephalus. But what's a part of it? Well, it's Ankylosaurus. So obviously, you know, because Europlocephalus wasn't enough, they had to make this a tank of a creature, and it really does become a tank. It looks like a full, just circular build of a shell. Just, it looks like a turtle shell, but on an Ankylosaur. It looks crazy. But yeah, Giganotosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Europlocephalus, you don't want to come across that hybrid. But number 5, we have the Indolycan, and you're probably like, hold up, what is the Indolycan? I've heard of Indominus Rex, I've heard of Indoraptor. What is Indolycan? This is a hybrid that appears in Jurassic World Life, and it's a hybrid of the Indoraptor. That's right, a super hybrid got a super hybrid. That's what they're calling it, right? Well, they're not calling it that. They're just calling it a super hybrid still. They didn't want to come up with a name. Fans gave it the name Giga Super Hybrids. What the super hybrids would be, the Apex hybrids, basically. But yes, so what is this made of? It is made of Indoraptor, not just any Indoraptor, but the Indoraptor Gen 2. So this is a white Indoraptor that's made of blue DNA, Echo DNA, and Indominus Rex Gen 2 DNA, which you could assume also still has Giganotosaurus DNA in it, right? And then this Indoraptor Gen 2 fuses with a direwolf, which is a creature from the Ice Age Cenozoic era, and it makes Indo-Lycan, which is technically a Giga Hybrid, I guess. But an actual Giga Hybrid, like a really solidly strong one, that never made it into the franchise, unfortunately, is called the Giga Xenocephalus. So this is our Cephalus. No, it is called the Giga Xenosaurus. It is our 6th creature we are talking about. What is it? It's pretty obvious by the name. It is part Giganotosaurus and it is part Therizinosaurus. We don't know what it was meant to look like. There were guesses. My guess was that it would be a Giganotosaurus with really long claws, but obviously it's hard for them to do that because they made the Ceratosaurus, which is Ceratosaurus, and they made it a carnivore, but it doesn't have long claws. They don't have the animation models to kind of do that, really. So Giga Xenosaurus, it was meant to be a herbivore. We did know that, but there was never like a model shown for it. So we can just assume it was a really scaly Therizinosaur, basically. But moving on to number 7, we have the Indonemes. Now this one, I could include a ton of Indominus Rex hybrids, which I'm technically doing. This is our 4th one, but it's our last one, I promise. There are other Indominus Rex hybrids, like the Indotaurus, the Earlidominus. I could have included those, but I won't. I wanted to stick to the legacy of the Giganotosaurus line, which was Giga itself, then Indominus Rex, then Indoraptor, then Indo-Lycan. But Indonemes kind of cuts off from that in the fact that it's a hybrid of the Indominus Rex specifically. Not Indoraptor, not Indo-Lycan, it's just an Indominus Rex hybrid, which is fused from Smilonemes. I talked about this in a previous video, which is part Carbonemes, which is a massive turtle. It's part Pachycephalosaurus and part Smilodon saber-toothed cat. So, this guy is basically an Indominus Rex saber-toothed cat, but it's built like the Giga, right? So I figured it was worth mentioning on this list. But number 8 is the Giganix. This is a pure Giganotosaurus hybrid. This is why I'm ranking it up here. I wanted to leave it to last, but it's not the last one. Giganix is the hybrid of the Giganotosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. It's fused with Tristronix, which is part Baryonyx, which is made of Postometrodon as well, which is a hybrid of Dimetrodon, and Postosuchus. It's a lot, I know. But then this Giganix gets a hybrid. So hybrid number 9 is Griganith. I hope this is out by the time I'm uploading this video. It should be, knowing this update was meant to release around March. But Griganith is a very recent creature that just came out. It's a hybrid of Grypolith and Giganix. So Grypolith is just like a crocodile, basically. Imagine it's a hybrid of that. And then to end the video off, make sure to click this one up here about Giganspinoceratops, which is not a Giganotosaurus hybrid, but I thought I'd mention it. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.